Hey guys, Dr. Roberts, welcome back to the channel, Ultimate Bariatrics. Today we're going to be talking about how to set up a nutrition/diet plan. Not a big fan of the word diet. I think nutrition sounds much better. I'm going to kind of just briefly give you an outline of how to set up a diet plan, talking about macronutrient breakdown, caloric intake, and these type of things to give you a little bit of instruction of how to scientifically set up a diet plan. So let's just say you've had a weight loss surgery, or maybe you're just trying to get in shape for spring break or something like that. Maybe it's the start of a new year and you've got a big vacation on the horizon and you're trying to get in shape. So I'm going to kind of break down at least one way to set up a diet plan scientifically to kind of get you tooled up for success. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to calculate how many calories should you be taking in a day. This is one of those common questions I get asked in the office. Dr. Roberts, how many calories should I take in every day? Well, it kind of depends. The best way that you can calculate this is by going to tdee.net, and this is a device where you can calculate your body's basal metabolic rate, which pretty much tells you the number of calories your body burns in a resting state. That will give you a baseline for how many calories you need to take in. Now, whenever you have that number, then you can start to break it down into the macronutrients, which is your proteins, your carbohydrates, and your fat. There's a lot of different ways to do this, and everybody's a little bit different. I would recommend starting out with a high protein, low carb, low fat breakdown, something like 60% of your calories from protein, 20% of your calories from carbs, and 20% of your calories from fat. That's a good starting point for weight loss, okay? Now, if you're trying to gain weight or gain muscle mass, you may want to start with a little bit more carbohydrates. Maybe 50% of your calories from carbohydrates, 25 or maybe even 30% carbs, and then the remaining with calories from fat. And then once you start there, then you can titrate your macronutrients based upon how things are going. The goal for losing weight or losing fat is to shoot for about a 500 calorie per day deficit, meaning that you should burn 500 calories more than you're taking in. So when you're logging your calories, you want to log them as accurately as possible. I would recommend overshooting that deficit probably by about 250 to 300 calories, because we tend to underestimate the calories that we take in. Now, you can obviously titrate this based upon how things are going. I would recommend weighing yourself probably just once a week, or taking your measurements once a week. Doing this every day is probably not a good idea. If your energy levels are really low, you don't have enough energy for exercising, you may want to decrease your calories from proteins and add some carbs. If you're not losing weight, then you should probably cut a little bit more carbohydrates out. And add some protein in. And if you're still not losing weight, then you might try decreasing your total caloric intake, by a couple hundred calories a day until you start to see some weight loss. As far as exercise and the training portion goes, it also kind of depends on what your goals are. I would recommend getting some kind of a heart rate monitor so that you can help at least somewhat assess your calorie burn during your workouts. There's a lot of great apps out there. I have an Apple Watch that I use that I think is great. This can really help you in terms of your calorie deficit, have a little bit more accuracy, because as you're exercising, you're going to want to calculate that into your caloric deficit. So for all the exercise you do, that's going to increase your energy expenditure, so you're going to be able to eat a little bit more calories. So that's kind of one of the added benefits of exercise. If you're not exercising that day, then you're going to need to make sure you take in less calories. Otherwise, you run the risk of adding weight instead of losing it. So that's all I have for you. That's really just the nutrition part of a training plan. We'll talk another time on different training strategies such as cardio, resistance training. We'll see you next time.